What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to look at the Trailblazer La Marisma, which is going to have to be done in a Renault at B level 700. So for this one though, when clicking on it, guys, it's going to be located here. You have to do it in 14 seconds for the challenge. And again, it has to be done in a Renault at B700. It is going to be all the way there on the top right of the screen, so it's not too far away, but it is going to be fairly decent. Like, you can't pretty much take that and then take every single off-road. You are never going to make it. So the question is, which Renault should you use? Well, the one I found to be the best here is going to be this one right here, guys, the Megane R.S. I've also been a fan of this car. I really do like the way it looks. I think it's pretty dope. When it does come to the upgrades, though, you don't have to go too insane. You also don't have to tune it. Mine is going to be stock. I do know players might be wondering, you can tune it if you want, but the setup I am running on this thing, it seems to be fairly decent. So when it does come to the parts, though, I'm not going to be running much of anything on this either, so I'll go over all of these here quick. As you guys can see, none of these are going to be upgraded whatsoever because it has to be 700, so you really can't install too much. I have a racing engine block on it there. When it does come to the pistons and all that, nothing as well. Let me move down to all of these so you guys can see this here. There is not going to be much of anything added to it, but I did end up adding the racing turbo to it, which, as you can see here, brings it all the way up to 700 even, at least with that upgrade. So I kind of was going to put a few things on, then I'm like, nah, I kind of want my turbo on there, so I added that. But heading over to the brakes and all that stuff, and then suspension, I also have the rally springs on it. Nothing too insane there. I don't have the brakes done or anything like that either, so nothing too insane going on there. Again, it has to be 700, so you can't add too much. But the final upgrade I did add to this is going to be off-road tires as well. Make sure you guys have it on there. I did want to leave some space because the off-road tires definitely can make it, a little bit faster. But in this car's case, it is going to make it slower, as you can see. So I would recommend adding those. It is going to help. For the track width, I did having the first one on both of these there, pretty much making it a tad better. I wouldn't say this has to be a necessary thing. You can even do the max on it, but figured I'd add it because it does kind of help the off-roading aspects to the vehicle. Besides that, though, nothing too insane is going to be done to the car. That is basically it. For this challenge, though, I also did end up deciding to not run TC either. Now, if you want, though, you probably could run TC if you guys want, but I figured I would leave that off and kind of just run with it. So when you are starting off on this one, though, I always left from around this area over here. You could spawn there, kind of head toward it. You guys are then going to hit the objective, kind of get past whatever all of this stuff is over here. There's buildings, stuff like that. I would recommend heading onto this dirt road here, heading this way, then going kind of toward here, and then basically going through all the woods and all that and heading toward the road. That I found to be the best route on this one. There is going to be some trees you can't break through, so definitely keep an eye out for those. But anyway, here's the run I did end up getting on this.